Hello, everybody. Today is the 2nd of December, 2023. Nice to have you along for the ride. This is Hashed Out Crypto News with Cryptopolitan. I'm your host, Philip Kripe. And so we're covering news from the last few days, actually. So from Thursday, basically. Let's start with this. Decentralized exchanges Velodrome and Aerodrome warn users of DNS attack. Velodrome and Aerodrome warned users of a DNS attack that could steal funds by redirecting to phishing sites. Over $40,000 in unauthorized fund transfers were detected in the attack. So basically, what they did is the attackers, they used the domain names for Velodrome and Aerodrome and just sent people to other websites. They redirected them. So you thought you were on the legitimate website and you weren't. Be careful of those. Those are not too difficult to do if you can get into the DNS server for a website. Hi, Hassan Khan 333 BP8 P5K6 UFF. What is this? Oh, that's your okay, I see. Hi, Shazia Tarad. Nice to have you with us as well. Europol arrests 5 ransomware attackers in Ukraine. Europol has arrested 5 hackers suspected of orchestrating ransomware attacks worldwide, disrupting ransomware attacks and providing solutions. So law enforcement agencies, including Europol and international partners, recently achieved a significant breakthrough in the battle against cybercrime. In a collaborative effort, 5 individuals were apprehended and accused of orchestrating a series of ransomware attacks that impacted over 1,800 victims worldwide. The arrests followed raids at 30 locations in Ukraine, targeting the criminal gang's leader, aged 32, and 4 key accomplices whose identities remain undisclosed. So the operation was a result of extensive collaboration with over 20 investigators from Norway, France, Germany, and the US, providing support to the Ukrainian National Police in Kyiv. Europol played a pivotal role by establishing a virtual command center in the Netherlands to effectively process the data seized during the raids. Ukrainian cyber police reported the seizure of various items, including computer equipment, vehicles, bank and phone SIM cards, and numerous electronic media items. Notably, cryptocurrency assets totaling nearly 4 million hryvnias, or approximately $110,000, or hryvnias if you want to read it the way it's spelled. I've always heard it said hryvnias. Were confiscated along with other pieces of evidence pointing to illegal activities. This development stems from a prolonged investigation that began in 2021, leading to the arrest of 12 individuals in Ukraine and Switzerland. Europol emphasized that the earlier actions contributed to identifying the suspects targeted in the recent operation in Kyiv, showcasing the persistence and dedication of international law enforcement agencies in combating cyber threats. So ransomware is when they block up your computer, they encrypt it, and they have the key to decrypt it, but they ask you to pay a ransom in order to decrypt your information. That's what ransomware is. It's like a hack, like a virus that comes in and encrypts all of your information. When I was living in France, I went into an administration who had just had this issue, and they couldn't access any of their information, and they decided not to pay the hackers. So that's interesting. HUD 8. Let's go through this correctly here. Deciphering Vitalik Buterin's latest blog. Vitalik Buterin advocates for a future where technology, especially blockchain and AI, is ethically aligned and leveraged for broader societal benefits. He emphasizes the importance of decentralization and empowering individuals and reshaping governance, highlighting blockchain's potential beyond financial applications. He also addresses the challenges of technological disparities, advocating for inclusive technological development that bridges the digital divide and benefits all segments of society. We'll see. Why is the crypto market up today? Will BTC hit $40,000 by the end of the week? We'll find out at the end of the show. We'll go take a look. HUD 8 set to finalize its merger agreement with USBTC. HUD 8 and USBTC are gearing up to finalize their Bitcoin mining merger by the end of this week. Synergies and strategic shifts in the mining industry. Hut 8 is on the brink of finalizing its merger with US Bitcoin Corp, a move set to usher in a new era of geographic diversity and increased revenue streams for the company. Termed a merger of equals by executives, the deal, initially disclosed in February, has gained momentum, with USBTC stockholders recently granting their approval. The anticipated closing date for the merger is November 30th, so that should be done now. That would be a big merger. SEC calls for public opinion on 2 Bitcoin ETFs proposals. That's interesting. The SEC Form 19B4, distinct from Form S1, serves as a public disclosure approved by the SEC Trading and Markets Division. The forms have a 35-day open period from publication in the Federal Register, allowing stakeholders to express their opinions and provide responses to comments. Interesting. So if you want to go comment on that and you're involved, I guess you can. CZ resigns as Binance.US chairman. This makes sense. Changpeng Zhao has resigned as chairman of Binance.US, marking a significant leadership change in the prominent US crypto exchange. Binance.US emphasizes its operational independence and regulatory compliance in the US following CZ's departure. The exchange, under new leadership with Norman Reed and his team, looks forward to a future of growth and innovation in the American cryptocurrency market. I mean, they can't get much smaller without closing down, so they need growth in the US. Hong Kong chief back regulators to crack down on illegal exchanges. How many do they have? Hong Kong Chief John Lee has backed regulators to crack down on unlicensed exchanges in Hong Kong. He has affirmed the government's commitment to collaboration with regulators, emphasizing the crucial need for increased powers to effectively address the growing issue of unlicensed crypto exchanges. This statement comes in the aftermath of an investigation into Hunax, an unlicensed virtual asset trading platform accused of defrauding numerous individuals, with reported losses totaling 148 million Hong Kong dollars. That's $19 million from 145 victims as of Monday. So that's interesting. That's hi, Alcid 23, Syed Shaheen, and Nida Wajid. Anonymous user C32D4, GoGo35. Nice to have you guys with us. Thanks for joining in. UK crypto users face new HMRC tax penalties. Are you in trouble for unpaid taxes? The UK's His Majesty's Revenue and Customs has warned crypto, NFT, and utility token holders to pay their taxes on time or face consequences. The UK government has urged crypto users to voluntarily disclose any unpaid capital gains or income taxes in order to avoid fines, and has released instructions on how to pay them. Cryptocurrency users who unintentionally miss taxes will be responsible for 4 years. For careless taxpayers, the period is 6 years. HMRC demands tax payments from willful tax evaders for up to 20 years. Wow. Accidentally would be 6 years. How can you accidentally forget taxes exist for 6 whole years? Okay, actually, I can think of a few reasons. Like medical reasons, like you have a lot going on in your life. Your spouse or child is sick and you're at the hospital all the time for multiple years. That could happen, sadly. Cross-chain protocol Wormhole secures $225 million in funding, elevating its market valuation to $2.5 billion. Wormhole, a blockchain interoperability platform, successfully raised $225 million, boosting its valuation to $2.5 billion, with backing from major investors like Brevan Howard and Coinbase Ventures. The company announced the launch of Wormhole Labs, a new independent technology company focused on enhancing cross-chain activity and blockchain communication technologies. That's interesting. I wonder if that's part of the whole social network blockchain vibe we're getting now. Despite past challenges, including a significant hack in 2022, Wormhole has shown resilience and continues to be a vital part of the blockchain infrastructure, processing millions of cross-chain messages and facilitating substantial value transfers. Jack Dorsey spearheads $6.2 million investment in revolutionary Bitcoin mining pool Ocean. What's revolutionary about it? So he's the founder of Twitter originally, and he's a billionaire, so he's quite well known. Has led a significant investment round in a decentralized Bitcoin mining pool named Ocean. The innovative venture, which raised an impressive $6.2 million in seed funding, is set to redefine the landscape of Bitcoin mining by introducing a non-custodial payout system that directly disperses earnings to miners. The development not only represents a significant shift in the mining process, but also underscores Dorsey's ongoing commitment to advancing the Bitcoin ecosystem. That's a strong supporter to have with deep pockets. So Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's definitely here to stay if anybody's wondering. Key points from Arthur Hayes' latest article. Hayes critiques the centralization in crypto, contrasting it with the original decentralized vision. He explores the impact of U.S.-China relations and economic policies on crypto markets. Hayes predicts China's economic moves will positively affect Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Called it Panda Power. That's the name of his article. Bold predictions in there. Hi, Binance user D44D. Dinesh07. Nice to have you with us. Crypto tumults. Altcoins stall ahead of $650 million token release. Okay. Major altcoins, including DYDX, Optimism, and Sui, face downturns ahead of a significant increase in supply, totaling nearly $650 million in token releases. Token unlocks, leading to a surge in market supply, typically cause price declines. Notable examples include XLR dropping 10% and DYDX down 7%. The current market trend highlights the volatility and unpredictability of the cryptocurrency landscape, especially during large-scale token release events. "99% of Americans unable to afford housing right now." 99% of Americans are now priced out of the housing market, with even traditionally affordable areas becoming unattainable. Rising house prices and mortgage rates over 7% have made homeownership a distant dream for most Americans, including those with higher incomes. That's funny because it's way more expensive in France. The U.S. housing market reflects broader economic challenges, with a growing disparity between the wealthy and average Americans, and a shift in real estate focus away from affordable housing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things about this. It's become more complicated, but it's about as complicated as it is in Europe, in Western Europe at this point. Binance expands trading options with new pairs, including Terra Classic USD and Blur. Binance announces the introduction of new trading pairs, including Terra Classic USD, USTC, and Blur, in response to increasing market demand. The value of Terra Classic USD experienced a significant surge following the launch of a new perpetual contract by Binance Futures, highlighting the dynamic nature of the crypto market. There's a lot moving right now. SoFi Technologies announces termination of crypto services. SoFi Technologies is ending its cryptocurrency trading services by December 19th, requiring users to either transfer their accounts to blockchain.com or close them. The company's decision, not explicitly explained, aligns with the increasing regulatory scrutiny in the crypto sector and does not impact its other financial services like IRAs and brokerage accounts. So they're just getting out of the crypto business altogether. Hi, Binance user 66225. Nice to have you with us. Also, hi, Binance 06QJ. Aloha. Poloniex announces a resumption of services after a $100 million hack. Poloniex is set to resume withdrawals and deposits after a $100 million hack, starting with Tron, TRX. The exchange is enhancing security measures and plans an airdrop campaign in partnership with HTX DAO to rebuild user trust. Paxos expands global reach with key Abu Dhabi approvals. Paxos received in-principle approvals from Abu Dhabi's FSRA to issue stablecoins and provide crypto services, following a similar approval in Singapore. The company emphasizes compliance with global financial standards, ensuring transparent and regulated digital asset services. This expansion signifies Paxos's strategic growth in the global digital economy, aligning with the trend of integrating blockchain technology into mainstream finance. CZ hires top federal prosecutor Matthew Diggs. Interesting. Changpeng CZ Zhao, former CEO of Binance, hires Matthew Diggs, a former federal prosecutor with extensive experience in white-collar crimes, as his attorney. Diggs, known for his expertise in complex legal cases, is tasked with defending CZ against charges that could lead to a 10-year prison sentence. So CZ is not completely out of hot water, like we say. He still risks up to 10 years of prison. U.S. Treasury sanctions Sinbad, a crypto mixer tied to North Korean hacks. The U.S. Treasury Department imposed sanctions on Sinbad, a virtual currency mixer for laundering money for the North Korean hacker group Lazarus, involved in major cryptocurrency thefts. The sanctions freeze Sinbad's U.S. assets and prohibit American interactions, part of a broader strategy to combat cybercrimes in the cryptocurrency sector. A lot of hackers and scammers have then mixed their ill-gotten gains in these mixers. It's happened quite a lot. Hi, Boca. Nice to have you with us. U.S. banks in limbo with their quest for liquidity. Let's take a look at this. U.S. banks are maintaining stable reserve levels in 2023 despite the Federal Reserve's quantitative tightening, raising questions about their liquidity strategies. Banks are incurring losses by offering high-yield cash products to retain reserves, driven by unrealized losses on bond portfolios and changes in regulatory guidance. The behavior of money market funds and the need for banks to hoard liquidity suggest potential adjustments in the Federal Reserve's balance sheet reduction plans. Estonian court blocks extradition of Hashflare founders to U.S. That's interesting. The Tallinn Circuit Court in Estonia overturned the extradition of Hashflare co-founders Ivan Turogin and Sergei Potapenko to the U.S., where they face fraud and money laundering charges. The court cited failures in considering detention conditions in the U.S. and procedural irregularities in the extradition process as reasons for its decision. That's weird because detention conditions in the US would be better than where these guys would probably end up otherwise. I'm not sure what Estonia's detention conditions are at the moment, but procedural irregularities sounds like the main cause, sounds like the main issue. So, masking the real story, inflation's complex journey for central banks. Central banks and markets are at odds over the future of inflation, with banks cautious about declaring victory despite a recent slowdown in advanced economies. Investors expect rate cuts by mid-2024, but central bankers warn of possible inflation fluctuations due to factors like energy prices and wage growth. Yeah, it's hard to predict right now. Got to give them that. Binance set to phase out BUSD by next month. By the way, this next month at this point was this month. Binance is set to cease support for Binance USD, BUSD starting December 15th. So in 13 days, following Paxos's decision to stop minting new BUSD coins. It's so weird. I think BUSD is gone. Users are advised to withdraw or convert their BUSD into other assets before December 15th, after which withdrawals will be disabled and remaining balances converted into First Digital USD or FDUSD. This phase-out affects various Binance services, including spot trading, futures, margin trading, and other financial products, marking a significant change in the cryptocurrency exchange landscape. Recent oil, let's check this out. Recent oil deals show why BRICS needs its own currency. BRICS nations are pushing for de-dollarization in bilateral trade, highlighting the need for a separate BRICS currency, especially in oil trade between Russia and India. The use of national currencies like the Indian rupee poses challenges due to limited convertibility, underscoring the benefits of a shared BRICS currency. A BRICS currency could streamline international transactions, reduce reliance on dominant global currencies, and enhance economic integration within the bloc. And it would also give all the power to one or two members of the entire organization, which is what some of them want. Philippine SEC warns citizens about Binance amid regulatory scrutiny. The Philippines SEC has warned citizens about using Binance as the platform lacks the necessary licenses to operate in the country. Binance faces global regulatory challenges. We've been talking about this for months now, including a recent $4.3 billion settlement in the US and CEO Changpeng Zhao's resignation following legal issues. The Philippine SEC plans to block access to Binance and has requested tech giants to stop displaying Binance ads, reflecting a global trend of increased crypto regulation. Hi, Ashraf Abdu, Boca, Binance user 03413. Nice to have you guys with us. U.S. Treasury pushes for expanded sanctions on crypto companies. Why? To target illicit activities in the cryptocurrency sector. This initiative, highlighted by actions against Binance and Sinbad, aims to prevent crypto use in terrorism and money laundering. Okay, that makes way more sense. Analysis of opportunities and risks of investing in cryptocurrency projects and startups. Before investing in cryptocurrencies, thoroughly research technology, team, and business plans to assess viability and risks. Opportunities in crypto include market growth, tokenized assets, and proactive investment in emerging trends. Be aware of risks like technology changes, regulatory uncertainty, liquidity crises, and security threats, and stay updated on evolving regulations. Absolutely. Those are the main things you need to keep track of. A lot of people that look into this are like, how much money can I make? Well, that depends. That depends on what the rules will be in 5, 6 months, a year, 3 years. That also depends on what you're looking to invest in. A lot of things depend, right? So you have to look into that. Robinhood brings zero-fee trading to UK set for 2024 launch. So Robinhood Markets Inc., a leading US financial technology firm, is set to launch commission-free stock trading in the United Kingdom. The company plans to make its UK debut in 2024, offering access to over 6,000 US listed stocks, signaling a challenge to traditional UK brokerage practices. CEO Vlad Tenev has reaffirmed Robinhood's dedication to providing UK customers with low fees and accessible trading options. Wow, that's actually amazing news. I'll be sharing that with friends in the UK soon. Grayscale readies GBTC for Bitcoin ETF future with key amendments. Hi, Airdrop 999 and 1996 Amen DZ. Nice to have you guys with us. Grayscale proposes amendments to the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust Agreement, aiming to align its structure with competitors like BlackRock. The proposed changes include transitioning from monthly to daily fee collection and maintaining the current 2% management fee. Grayscale also enhances operational efficiency by allowing asset commingling in an omnibus account facilitated by Coinbase Custody. I think there was an M too many there. That's why I was confused. Australia's battle plan against crypto scammers. Let's see. Sector-specific codes to combat banking and crypto fraud. In a proactive move to address the growing concern of cryptocurrency scams, Australia's Department of the Treasury has unveiled a proposed scams code framework. This consultation paper, announced in November by Assistant Treasurer Stephen Jones and the Minister for Communications, Michelle Rowland, aims to establish a clear and comprehensive framework to combat various types of scams. The proposed framework seeks to delegate roles and responsibilities to both government and private entities, with a specific focus on addressing scams in the banking and cryptocurrency sectors. The cornerstone of this new approach to combating scams is the adoption of sector-specific codes and standards. Under this framework, each industry sector, including banking and cryptocurrency, will have its own set of mandatory codes designed to prevent, detect, disrupt, and respond to scams effectively. This approach recognizes the unique characteristics and vulnerabilities of different sectors while providing tailored solutions to address the evolving threat landscape. And it's funny because there are some active scammers in Australia that keep starting over as soon as they get found out. Binance dominates the central exchange landscape with $66.9 billion in digital assets. Tether rules OKX's asset composition, $5.2 billion volume. Let's see, in a recent report from DeFi Llama, a prominent blockchain data aggregation platform, it has been revealed that the top 3 centralized exchanges by total digital assets held are Binance, OKX, and Bitfinex. These findings shed light on the state of the cryptocurrency market and the dominance of certain digital assets within these exchanges. At the forefront of this ranking is Binance, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges globally. According to DeFi Llama's data, Binance holds a staggering $66.917 billion in digital assets, underscoring its dominant position in the market. Notably, Bitcoin constitutes a substantial portion of these assets, with a volume of $20.578 billion, representing 30.75% of the digital assets held on the platform. That's actually amazing. OKX secures the second spot with $12.413 billion in assets. Bitcoin is $4.827 billion, or 38.89% of their total assets at OKX. That's interesting. Wow, for Bitfinex, it's even higher. Like BTC is even bigger. USDT is the biggest one for OKX at $5.2 billion. Wow. Binance holds $8 billion worth of ETH or wrapped ETH. It's pretty impressive. Okay. Interesting. See, Algorand forms key partnerships to boost India's Web3 growth. Interesting. Algorand announces a series of strategic partnerships to enhance India's Web3 infrastructure, signaling a major advancement in the country's digital ecosystem. The blockchain platform collaborates with NASSCOM to boost Web3 capabilities within Future Skills Prime, a digital skilling initiative in India. Algorand partnerships with TiE Bangalore and the Mandeshi Foundation aim is to deepen its impact in the Indian market and contribute to the Web3 landscape. India is the biggest market out there in the world right now, and it's just going to become more and more important as well. Canadians reluctant to embrace digital Canadian dollar. High CBDC awareness doesn't guarantee adoption. I think to the contrary, the more people know how CBDCs work, the less they want anything to do with them. The majority prefer cash over digital currency. Crypto holders are more open to CBDCs in Canada. I guess if you're prone to risk. One of the most striking findings from the Digital Canadian Dollar Public Consultation Report was that almost 95% of the respondents were either aware or familiar with the concept of a digital Canadian dollar. This level of awareness might typically be seen as a positive indicator for the adoption of such a currency. However, the report suggests otherwise, as the majority of Canadians continue to favor traditional paper cash payments, with 93% of respondents still making daily transactions using physical currency. What's interesting is, like, for you to trust a digital currency, you'd have to trust the government. And the main cause of death in Canada was over the last while has been euthanasia, including times where hospitals decided without the approval of the family or the person involved. And so if your government can just literally kill you and you have no say about it through the health system, why would you trust them to run your money? Like it's kind of messed up. So that's a big thing to think about if you're in Canada right now. South Korea's Bithumb exchange introduces big time and STMX cryptocurrencies. Let's take a quick look at this. Big time and STMX expand crypto options in South Korea. Bithumb emphasizes safety with trading restrictions, innovative use cases for gaming and shopping rewards. Interesting. So there's movement there. There's always some movement in South Korea and Hong Kong and Singapore. Every time we look at the news, there's always something new going on there. XRPL expands reach with Apple Pay in Xum wallet update. The XRP Ledger's Xum wallet has integrated Topper by Uphold, enhancing user payment options. This integration enables direct cryptocurrency purchases using Apple Pay and Google Pay. The new feature is designed to comply with regulatory standards, especially in the US and Canada. That's interesting. Hi, Binance user 03413, Binance user 8C50E, and Sanil. Nice to have you guys with us. XRPL restores XRP services, boosting user confidence. Ledger, a prominent hardware wallet provider, successfully fixed a connectivity issue with the XRP Ledger, restoring full transaction functionality for its users. The XRPL Foundation was crucial in resolving the problem, which was linked to a delayed configuration change on xrplcluster.com, impacting HTTP post RPC users. During the disruption, Ledger assured clients about the security of their funds and recommended using the XRP Toolkit as an interim solution. So they had a short-term way to get around to the issue, and they fixed it. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson faces accusations from XRP community. That's interesting. Charles Hoskinson, co-founder of Cardano, faced accusations from the XRP community for alleged hypocrisy and attempts to discredit them. Hoskinson denied claims of aiding a cover-up regarding Ethereum's Joseph Lubin and clarified his concerns about regulatory treatment, not bribery. Cardano's ADA token experienced price fluctuations amid the dispute, with a 25.32% gain over the past month. That's hilarious. He has an issue with the XRP community, and it turns into gains for him. I'm not sure what that says about the XRP community, other than there are a lot of people that don't seem to like XRP in the cryptosphere, and that decided to support Charles Hoskinson in this. Reddit refurbishes its logo as IPO rumors mount. Do we have a picture of its new logo in here? We don't. Reddit, the dynamic nexus of diverse online communities, has recently undergone a substantial rebrand, coinciding with rumors swirling about a potential initial public offering or an IPO. At the forefront of this visual metamorphosis is Snoo, Reddit's iconic red and white robot mascot. The new Snoo boasts a sleek three-dimensional design, departing from its original flat appearance. This updated version, almost cinematic in quality, introduces subtle yet notable changes, including opposable thumbs and an open-mouthed smile. That's interesting. Hi, Hira, Kushi 620 and Miro 25. Nice to have you guys with us, as well as Adam Officiel BI11. Hi. What are your problems, Hira, Kushi 620? You said you're a new user, you need help. Go ahead and explain. If I can't answer, somebody in the chat will. Binance's compliance efforts bring relief to investors, Galaxy Digital CEO. Novogratz stresses reasonable compliance and clarifies Binance's KYC violations. Novogratz is optimistic about Bitcoin ETF approval and price surge, citing halving and election uncertainty. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the next elections. That's true. There's a lot going on this year. Brazil set to implement a new crypto taxation policy. Brazil is going to make a joke about whether they're going to implement the taxation is now considered theft in crypto. That'd be hilarious, but that won't be the case. That's not what governments do, but that would just be funny because that's what libertarians say all the time. Brazil is on the verge of implementing new income tax rules that could significantly impact cryptocurrency holders. The Federal Senate of Brazil approved legislation on November 29th, which has already passed in the Chamber of Deputies. This impending change is part of a broader effort to regulate and tax income derived from cryptocurrencies, reflecting a global trend as governments grapple with the challenges posed by the growing influence of digital assets. The proposed bill introduces a tax ranging up to 15% on income generated from cryptocurrencies held on exchanges outside the country. This means that any Brazilian citizen earning more than 6,000 Brazilian reals, approximately $1,200, on international exchanges would be subject to this tax. The effective date for this new regulation is set for January 1st, 2024. The primary objective is to bring funds held on international exchanges in line with the taxation of domestic funds, emphasizing equal treatment for financial transactions regardless of their origin. This would be the same as if you were investing in the stock market in Brazil, basically, is what they're saying. FTX wins approval to sell its Grayscale and Bitwise trust assets. That's interesting. FTX estate has received approval from a Delaware bankruptcy court to sell trust assets, including approximately $873 million worth of shares in Grayscale and Bitwise investment funds. The court document filed on Friday allows the debtors to execute sales of the trust assets at their discretion following specified sale procedures. Galaxy, a crypto investment firm, has also been granted an expanded mandate to assist FTX in the sales of its trust assets. And FTX had earlier enlisted Galaxy to manage its extensive digital asset holdings. As of October 25th, FTX's trust assets comprised shares in various Grayscale funds, such as the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and a Bitwise crypto index fund valued at $744 million, according to a court document filed on November 3rd. However, considering the narrowing discount of GBTC to its net asset value amid the recent Bitcoin rally, FTX's trust holdings could now be valued at around $873 million. So it went up about $130 million worth. This appreciation of approximately 17% since October 25th aligns with the overall surge in cryptocurrency prices over the past month. So this is part of FTX trying to recover from its bankruptcy. If they can recover, that'd be quite good and pay everyone they need to pay, and that would be the best outcome. Celsius opens withdrawal options for eligible cryptocurrency investors. Celsius has enabled withdrawals for certain users amidst its bankruptcy and legal challenges. The development offers hope to stakeholders and underscores the need for adaptability in the volatile cryptocurrency industry. It's a similar situation to FTX in the sense that they went bankrupt and they're trying to pay the people that were holding crypto on their system. Hi, crazy Jose Alberto 1983, R. Rajkumar, Binance user 73D52. Nice to have you guys with us. Okta confirms additional user data breach in a recent hack. Okta has confirmed that hackers had access to more user data than they previously reported in a recent hack. Implications of the hack on the firm's user base. Okta, a prominent player in the U.S. access and identity management sector, recently disclosed a significant security breach that compromised the data of all of its customers. It's crazy. Contrary to initial reports in October, where the platform stated that only around 1% of its customers, about 134 organizations, were affected, the company now confirms that the breach had more extensive consequences. The breach unfolded when a hacker utilized a stolen credential to access the firm's support case management system, pilfering customer-uploaded session tokens in the process. These tokens, if exploited, could potentially grant unauthorized access to the networks of its customers. In a recent blog post, the firm's chief security officer, David Bradbury, provided additional insights into the incident. Bradbury revealed that on September 28th, the attacker ran and downloaded a report containing data related to all Okta customer support system users. Okay, that's really, really bad because customer support system users usually have a lot of access because they're supposed to be able to fix everything for you, right? And in order to do that, they usually need quite extensive access to the system. This report encompassed a wealth of information, although for the majority of customers, 99.6%, the unauthorized access yielded only full names and email addresses. Nevertheless, in some cases, the exposed data extended to phone numbers, usernames, and details of specific employee roles. Despite the firm not possessing direct evidence of the compromised information being actively exploited, there's a legitimate concern that threat actors could leverage the acquired data for nefarious purposes, such as phishing or social engineering attacks. And they could just sell them online as well. Notably, the Scattered Spider Hacking Group, also known as Octapus, it's spelled Oktapus. So basically octopus, but it's spelled funny. Has a history of using social engineering tactics to target the firm's customers, including high-profile entities like Caesars Entertainment and MGM Resorts. In response to the breach, the company is taking proactive measures. The company is strongly urging all its customers to implement multi-factor authentication, a fundamental step in enhancing security, and is recommending the use of phishing-resistant authenticators such as physical security keys. It's not cell phone numbers and not emails, because those have been revealed, right? So you don't want to use those for multi-factor authentication. If you can avoid it, never use your phone number for dual factor authentication. SIM swapping in a targeted attack is one of the most difficult attacks to fight against. Antpool commits to refunding users 83 Bitcoin transaction fee in landmark decision. That makes sense. Antpool commits to refunding an unprecedented transaction fee of 83 Bitcoin to a user contingent on identity verification after a rare error in the fee calculation. We talked about that fee error by the user. So theoretically, they have no obligation to refund, but it is nice of them to do it. Philippine ACC takes action against Binance. They were warning against Binance. What are they doing now? It bans Binance due to lack of registration. Binance lacks the required license and authority to engage in the sale or offering of any form of securities. Filipino users get 3 months to withdraw from Binance. Ads are banned. So the Philippines are being pretty strict on this. It makes sense, though, because if they have issues for their citizens, that's a whole nother thing. Facet secures VASP license in Dubai, a milestone for digital asset services. Facet, a digital asset investment platform, has been granted a virtual asset provider service provider license by Dubai's VARA, enabling it to legally offer broker-dealer services in Dubai to a range of investors, including institutional, qualified, and retail investors. This development is part of Dubai's broader initiative to become a hub for digital assets, with other major crypto firms also receiving licenses, and follows the UAE's recent announcement to tighten regulations on unlicensed virtual asset service providers. That totally makes sense. Hong Kong Securities Association proposes initial coin offering mechanism. Hong Kong considers ICOs for economic boost despite past regulatory issues. ICOs saw a 95% capitalization drop due to fraud and regulation. Success of proposal depends on balancing innovation and investor protection. Interesting. So Hong Kong is studying having those happen. Interesting. Hi, anonymous user 1027A. Nice to have you with us. DeFi transformation, Talos, Uniswap Labs, and Fireblocks partnership. Let's take a look. Talos has partnered with Uniswap Labs and Fireblocks to integrate decentralized finance, liquidity, and on-chain settlement into its platform. This collaboration enables Talos clients to use advanced algorithmic strategies for trading on Uniswap, supported by Fireblocks' secure digital asset infrastructure. Fireblocks is pretty big. I've seen it used in a lot of different projects. I'll look at Charlie Munger's top anti-crypto comments. Charlie Munger, vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, was known for his staunch criticism of cryptocurrencies, often describing them in negative terms. In various interviews and meetings, Munger labeled cryptocurrencies as disruptive, worthless, and akin to gambling, strongly opposing their integration into the financial system. He advocated for the US to ban cryptocurrencies, similar to China, arguing that they do not serve as legitimate financial instruments, but rather as gambling contracts. Interesting. Hi, Binance user B1EA5, crypto beginner user, Balil DZ, 1996, Amen DZ. Hi, guys. Hi, Makicino, Red 13 Cube 2024. Nice to have you guys with us. The American Dream debate, is it dead or just evolving? That's something we could look into another time. That would take way too long to discuss right now. Brand exodus from X expected after Elon Musk's verbal attack. Oh yeah, all of the companies that want to decide what's going to be running on X or allowed on X are going to be leaving. Elon Musk's recent verbal attack at a New York Times event is likely to cause more advertisers to withdraw from his social media company. Major companies like Walt Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery already suspended advertising following Musk's endorsement of an anti-Semitic post. Musk acknowledged the risk of bankruptcy for X due to the advertiser boycott, but blamed the brands for potential collapse. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated than that. He's not an anti-Semitic person. From a lot of things that we've seen recently, he actually went to meet Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and talked with him and did a show on X, like that I happened to listen to because I was on online at the time. So I jumped in and was like, okay. And then realized they were in the same location, and it was from Netanyahu's own Twitter accounts. That was interesting. He's being like all of these brands that have done all kinds of crazy anti-Semitic things that nobody's called him out for are calling out this guy who's actually gone to visit Israel and works with lots of Jews and things. It's strange in many ways. And the comment that he made was that he basically, it was a kind of like a meme kind of thing. I looked into it a little bit, but I haven't actually found the exact post where he was somebody was saying that it's strange how Jews are up in arms all of a sudden about the anti-Semitic things that are being pushed around against them, when the same thing has been pushed around against white people for a long time in the U.S. and nobody said anything. It's something along those lines. Ripple and SEC are discussing possible settlement today. So this was still November 30th. They discussed a settlement. We'll actually find out if it went through, if we just keep going through here. So SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce calls for urgent reform in the crypto sector. SEC Commissioner Peirce criticizes the agency's inconsistent approach to crypto regulation, citing the LBRY case. That's inconsistent because the legislators haven't done their job. Peirce advocates for prioritizing harmful cases and clear rulemaking, contrasting with Chair Gensler's stricter stance. Peirce suggests congressional involvement for clear crypto regulatory authority. That's what I was saying. Like the Congress needs to step up. It's not the only thing where they need to step up, but it's one of them. Infrastructure is another, and there are a few things that they talk a big game, but they don't actually do anything. Sadly, Brazil announces 15% tax on offshore crypto earnings. Argentina declines BRICS invitation under new leadership. That makes a lot of sense. Argentina under President-elect Javier Milei has decided not to join the BRICS bloc, shifting away from the previous administration's approach. The decision aligns with Milei's plans for major economic reforms, including adopting the US dollar, reducing government spending, and promoting cryptocurrencies. This move raises questions about the future of BRICS and its influence, especially if other countries reconsider their membership following Argentina's example. Well, they should have been thinking long and hard about whether they want to be BRICS members. I feel like India is in a very strange situation being part of BRICS. acting like they're not aligned in this situation, but being very much beholden to China's mood swings is interesting. Nexo partners with Coinly to simplify crypto tax reporting. Let's take a look at this. Nexo, a leading digital assets institution, has partnered with Coinly, a top crypto tax software provider, to simplify tax reporting for its users. The integration allows Nexo users to easily generate tailored tax reports, catering to over 100 jurisdictions with free access to up to 800 transactions annually. This collaboration is part of Nexo's commitment to offering user-centric financial solutions and includes the release of educational materials on crypto taxation. Interesting. Hi, 1996, Eamon DZ, and Bager 7256, and Tishirtino, Miru 25, Binance users 660A6. Nice to have you guys with us. By the way, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe so you get notifications when we go live. Since we aren't doing news every day, we're Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and usually we were having a show on Friday with the guests most of the time, but it's a different show than this one. So that way you'll be notified when something comes up. Polygon versus Solana developments are skyrocketing in 2023. Will Slayboy token coin beat them with 100x return? Slayboy token offers a unique crypto experience emphasizing privacy and charity support. Okay, interesting. It's in pre-sale right now. Mysterious Bitcoin whale sparks speculations with over $450 million in a wallet. Who is it? Let's take a look. The cryptocurrency community is buzzing about the whale holding over $450 million in Bitcoin at a large unlabeled Bitcoin address. The BC1QC Bitcoin address has 12,070 Bitcoin, worth $459,286,126 at current values, according to Arkham Intelligence and BlockChair. Amid the 2023 crypto market recovery, mysterious BTC whales have been moving heavy amounts in Bitcoin, causing suspicions of selling pressure within the industry. They could just be trying to move everything to one wallet so they don't lose it all through like losing keys and things like that. Jingle bells and BTC swells as Bitcoin enters December at $38,000. What to expect this month? According to CoinGecko, Bitcoin is currently trading at $38,153.80, signifying a 49.45% market dominance. Also, the global crypto market cap is now $1.51 trillion. Crypto prices rose at the start of December, boosting market confidence. October PCE inflation data, a key inflation indicator, fell to 3%, restoring market confidence. Open Exchange token OX, the native token of the crypto bankruptcy claims platform OpenX, surged to 50% just 20 minutes after co-founder Suzu allegedly posted GM, an abbreviation for Good Morning to X, for the first time since his imprisonment. Everybody's going to jail, it looks like. Flare Labs eyes DeFi expansion with innovative non-smart contract token solution. Flare Labs has begun testing its Facets system on the Coston testnet, enabling non-smart contract tokens like BTC, XRP, and Doge to be used in smart contracts and DeFi applications. The Facets system allows these legacy tokens to be minted into synthetic assets on the Flare network, potentially unlocking new value and use cases without centralized intermediaries. After testing phases on Coston and Songbird networks, Facets aims for deployment on the Flare mainnet, offering users and dApps the chance to earn FLR tokens and contribute to the DeFi ecosystem. Hi, Binance user 3781, Mr. Berber05. Nice to have you with us. Circle responds to allegations of terrorist financing and connections with Justin Sun. Circle vehemently denies funding terrorism and connections with Tron's Justin Sun. Circle stresses compliance with regulations and has severed ties with Justin Sun. The blockchain firm advocates for stricter stablecoin regulation, emphasizing industry transparency. Okay, here's an obvious timeline for spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Anthony Scaramucci. Okay, what is it? Anthony Scaramucci is the founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital. Scaramucci describes how the adoption of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States might result in hundreds of billions of dollars streaming into Bitcoin. According to CoinGecko, the price of Bitcoin is $38,302 today, representing a 49.45% market dominance. According to Scaramucci, the target audience for Bitcoin in an ETF is tens of thousands of people, implying that a 1% allocation from these two behemoths could channel over $110 billion into Bitcoin. Wow. He's saying that ETFs will be here sooner rather than later. Scaramucci stated on a podcast that if asked directly whether the spot BTC ETF would be approved by January 10th, 2023, he would respond yes. He went on to say that getting approval by January 10th makes the most sense and is the most likely outcome. Several ETF registrations have a deadline of before January 10th, which might pave the way for approval. However, the commission may decide to extend the wait for technical reasons. BlackRock, Fidelity, Valkyrie, and ARK Invest are among the financial behemoths fighting for the Securities and Exchange Commission's approval of the first ever spot Bitcoin ETF application. Analysts expect that the SEC will opt for mass acceptance of files to avoid a single company gaining first mover advantage. He's saying before January 10th. Here, okay, crypto's Black November, $363 million pilfered in epic heists. Are your assets safe? Horizon DeFi and CeFi hacks and frauds in November 2023 caused the crypto industry's biggest monthly losses this year. The ecosystem suffered 15-fold more losses than in October 2023. In a November 30th X post, Certic said exploits cost $316.4 million, flash loans for $45.5 million, and exit scams $1.1 million. The most costly November losses were Poloniex and HTX Heco Bridge, which lost $131.4 million and $113.3 million, respectively. The third largest exploit cost a victim $27 million from phishing. There's a lot of social hacking going on where somebody convinces you of something to be true that isn't. So it's the riskiest thing is human interaction at this point. It's not even the tech. Although the tech has faltered in some situations. SBF falls victim to old extortion prison roulettes. Former MDC prisoner Gene Borrello told crypto blogger Tiffany Fung that Sam Bankman-Fried was targeted because of his timid nature and having the body of an 80-year-old. Reports have it that SBF was worried about his time at Brooklyn Metropolitan and he sought means to remain protected. Upon getting to jail, SBF believed he was not getting a lot of time. However, he got a reality check when inmates explained to him, "We were trying to explain to him that this is the feds. You're accused of stealing billions of dollars." He just didn't understand how screwed he was until we started breaking it down to him. Borrello dubbed SBF's case a glory case that every prosecutor wants to join to become judges, politicians, analysts, and big-time federal attorneys. All they care about is glory. He's the glory case, so he's effed, is what they're saying. Interesting. New XRP perpetual markets launched on Ethereum DYDX. DYDX has introduced XRP perpetual contracts, expanding its cryptocurrency trading options. Alongside XRP, DYDX also added perpetual contracts for Uniswap, Tron, Optimism, and Cardano. I see a lot of Cardano optimism in these. Uniswap and Tron, not as much, but that's interesting. They're involved here too. These new perpetual contracts are all paired against the US dollar, offering diverse trading choices. High giveaways, Ruqayya Islam, Said Sadat, Coin Anonymous, Nice to have you guys with us. Colombia's President Petro joins Bitcoin revolution. What? Colombian President Petro has entered the crypto space with an emphasis on Bitcoin. This has sparked heated debate in Colombia over the future of digital assets. According to Samson Mo, the president of Colombia is now a Bitcoin hodler for sure, 100,000 sats to be exact. President Petro's investment in Bitcoin reflects a growing interest in cryptocurrencies among South American leaders. This could be the start of fundamental shifts in how the area views digital assets. So, so this is after El Salvador. This is after Argentina. Those elections. I'm wondering if he's doing this for electoral reasons. So the president is said to be a Bitcoin owner. This comes after he met with a delegation led by Samson Mao, founder of Jan3, a company at the forefront of Bitcoin nation state adoption. That's interesting. The conference is reported by local media and social media is a crucial step towards exploring the integration of Bitcoin and blockchain technology into Colombia's socioeconomic fabric. That's interesting. That's very interesting. There's a lot going on in South America with regards to crypto. Everybody else is like, oh, let's ban this, ban that, and tax people this, tax people that. Brazil is as well in that case. But yeah, that's kind of unexpected. Fidelity's Ethereum ETF draws SEC attention for public review. Okay, that's another one that's being reviewed publicly. That's interesting. Crypto con artist's luck puns out. Here is his 63-month prison term. A New York district judge sentenced the leader of a Miami organization accused of orchestrating a crypto scheme that duped U.S. banks of $4 million on Wednesday. Esteban Cabrera da Corte pled guilty in April to participating in the 2020 scheme to steal millions of dollars in crypto and fool U.S. banks into refunding it. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams called it a scheme to steal millions of dollars by buying cryptocurrency using false and stolen identities. In other money laundering news, Overseas Chinese Banking Corp, OCBC, has filed proceedings to recoup losses in Singapore's largest money laundering case. It looks like a Chinese bank lost money in Singapore. It's unusual. Grayscale files pivotal prospectus advancing Bitcoin ETF vision. Grayscale, leading crypto asset manager, is working with the SEC to convert its GBTC fund into a spot Bitcoin ETF. The company filed a new preliminary prospectus on November 22nd, marking a significant move in its ETF journey. Grayscale updated its GBTC agreement on November 29th for the first time since 2018, preparing for the anticipated ETF conversion. U.S. Deputy Treasury Secretary warns foreign stablecoin issuers. In a stern warning delivered at a Blockchain Association event in Washington, D.C., U.S. Deputy Secretary of the Treasury Wally Adeyemo expressed serious concerns regarding non-U.S. stablecoin issuers that use the U.S. dollar as their backing currency. He emphasized the need for these foreign issuers to implement robust procedures to prevent illicit activities and ensure accountability. He didn't mince words as he addressed the audience at the Blockchain Association event. He voiced his reservations about foreign stablecoin issuers enjoying the privilege of using the US dollar without the corresponding responsibility to prevent misuse by bad actors, including terrorists. He stressed the importance of holding such entities accountable, stating, "We cannot allow dollar-backed stablecoin providers outside the United States to have the privilege of using our currency without the responsibility of putting in place procedures to prevent terrorists from abusing their platform." Interesting. Hashima 12, Binance user 62 EFB, Husam Rocky. A lot going on in the chat. Abdullah Al Tamim, Nasser24. Thanks for joining in. Since I just saw a whole bunch of you jump in, feel free to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get notifications for the next time we do anything on this channel. That'd be awesome. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest shakes up Wall Street again, sells off $4.7 million in Coinbase stock. They're probably making a profit, and that's why they're doing it. Along with sales on November 27th and 29th, ARK has sold about $15 million in coin shares this week through its next generation internet ETF. The crypto exchange's NASDAQ listed shares hit $119.77 on Monday, its highest level since April 2022. They closed Thursday at $124.72, down 2.43%, but at 19-month highs. So that sale was to prop up their own ETF on the stock market. XRP Army rallies as Binance temporarily freezes XRPL network access. Binance temporarily suspended XRP withdrawals due to high volume and routine maintenance. The suspension caused a stir among XRP investors, leading to widespread concern in the XRP community. Community leaders, including Edward Farina, an XRP whale, advised transferring XRP tokens away from centralized exchanges. I want to say they're learning. $1 billion in Bitcoin moved. Is $40,000 the next stop for the crypto bulls? With centralized exchanges recently witnessing a significant exodus of coins, the case for a further climb in Bitcoin to $40,000 and higher by the end of the year has grown stronger. Some big tokens rose 5% in the past 24 hours after Bitcoin traded above $38,000 early Friday. Market capitalization reached $1.5 trillion, last seen in May 2022, up $400 billion since October. Matrix Port remains optimistic that Bitcoin will reach $125,000 by December 2024, following its halving. The subsequent bull market will be propelled by institutional adoption. Ripple versus SEC. Stuart Alderoty signals Supreme Court win for Ripple against SEC. They could be going to the Supreme Court at this rate. Alderoty's recent share of a Wall Street Journal article points to the Supreme Court's history of often ruling against the SEC. Ripple previously achieved a partial victory with federal judge Annalisa Torres, ruling in their favor concerning certain XRP sales. So they would be going potentially all the way up to the Supreme Court. It looks like they may not have settled outside of court then, or found a compromise. Let's put it that way. Hi, RJ Joti, Binance user D7F77. I think there are actually too many of you posting right now for me to catch all of your names. Hi, Ibrahim Mustav. Thanks for joining. Bitcoin price to reach $125,000 by end of 2024 is the prediction in that article. Singapore court rejects attempts to have $57 million lawsuit against Terraform Labs dismissed. So Terraform Labs and its founder Do Kwon are facing a class action lawsuit in Singapore as the court rejected attempts to have it dismissed. The lawsuit alleges Terraform's promotion of TerraUSD misled users, leading to a combined $57 million in losses for claimants. Terraform Labs is also grappling with fraud charges in the US by the SEC, adding to the legal challenges in the cryptocurrency industry. They're also having that in South Korea. And who knows where he's going to be sent after Montenegro. Australian SMSF crypto savings experiences an uptick. The adoption of cryptocurrency within self-managed super funds in Australia has witnessed a remarkable surge over the past 4 years, indicating a shifting landscape in retirement investment strategies. Data from the Australian Tax Office, or ATO, reveals that as of September, approximately 612,000 SMSFs collectively hold around $658.6 million, or 992 million Australian dollars worth of cryptocurrencies. That's a 400% increase from the corresponding quarter in 2019, when the total stood at just under $131.5 million. SMFs, also known as private superannuation funds, provide individuals with the autonomy to oversee the investment of their retirement funds. However, these funds remain subject to oversight by the Australian Tax Office and must comply with superannuation laws. Notably, the growth rate of cryptocurrency allocations within SMSFs has outpaced traditional investments like stocks and bonds, establishing crypto as the fastest growing asset class in the sector. That's interesting because this means that like retired people in Australia are choosing to put their money in crypto rather than bonds or stocks for their retirement when they get the choice. That's interesting. That's extremely bullish for crypto in general. It's extremely positive. Miami Group leader bags jail term for cryptocurrency fraud. Oh yeah, I think we talked about him earlier. Yeah, he's getting 63 months in prison. Yeah, it's Esteban Cabrera de Corte. We talked about him just a few minutes ago. Moon's token surges by 2 digits as Reddit renounces contract. Reddit's Moon's token has experienced a double-digit rise tied to the renouncement of the token contract. That's interesting. Intimately linked with the R cryptocurrency community, has witnessed a remarkable surge, experiencing double-digit growth after Reddit's official renouncement of its contract. This pivotal move involved the burning of Reddit's remaining 98,000 tokens and the imposition of a hard cap on the token supply set at approximately 83 million moons. The mod team overseeing the R cryptocurrency subreddit has lauded this development as a significant milestone for the community. They emphasize that the renouncement serves as a commitment to stability, assuring users that there will be no further modifications to the contract. Importantly, this decision also allows Moons to maintain its existing exchange listings without necessitating the deployment of a new token. According to the latest data from CoinGecko, the current price of Moon stands at 15 cents 84.56, reflecting an 11% increase over the day. That's crazy that it would go up when they no longer support it, basically. United Nations Agency to Organize Blockchain Technology Training. What? The United Nations Development Program is set to teach its staff about blockchain technology. Okay, I can see where that could be. That could be useful. Achieving suitable development through blockchain education. So there are some things going on in the world a lot of people aren't necessarily aware of. There are gold mines being built in Africa where the entire society built around the gold mine, the people that come and work with their families, and the stores in the town that's built around the whole mine all use a local cryptocurrency. And in doing so, it makes it more, it protects them because there's no point in somebody coming and killing everybody and stealing their cryptocurrency because they wouldn't be able to use those funds anywhere if they kill everybody, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing is it keeps the money local so that the people prioritize spending on their local community and grow it. So they create better situations for their families and neighbors in the towns that are built around this. So it brings everybody up out of poverty is basically the idea. And I've studied this a little bit. I've talked with people that actually run these things through charities and other systems, and in partnership with the UN. Ethereum's remarkable reduction in energy consumption, a new era for crypto sustainability. What I mean, if you move from proof of work to proof of stake, Ethereum has drastically reduced its energy consumption by 99%, following a major software upgrade in 2022, significantly lowering its environmental impact to the level of just a few round-trip flights from London to New York annually. This reduction sets a new sustainability standard in the cryptocurrency world, contrasting sharply with Bitcoin's much higher emissions, and challenges the traditional view of blockchain technology as inherently energy intensive. And a lot of Bitcoin mining is with renewable energy anyways, which a lot of people don't know. KuCoin Ventures invests in Ton Foundation, a strategic move for ecosystem growth. So So KuCoin Ventures has partnered with the Open Network Ton Foundation, initiating the collaboration with a $20,000 grant to support the growth of the Ton ecosystem. The investment aims to enhance various blockchain projects, including payment and gamify platforms, symbolizing a significant step towards fostering innovation and expanding and expansion in the blockchain industry. Is that is it a 20,000? Let's see. Okay, it's more. It's the money is more of a symbol than anything else. It's more they're partnering up rather than just a grant. StarkNet Foundation addresses airdrop speculations amidst social media buzz. The StarkNet Foundation addressed community speculations about an upcoming airdrop following the leak of draft plan screenshots on social media. They confirmed the eligibility cutoff date for the airdrop, clarifying that no further user actions can influence eligibility, and emphasized that the final criteria and details will be officially announced once finalized. So it's not completely correct. Starship collaborates with DWF Labs to revolutionize Web3 innovation and fundraising. Starship, a community driven fundraising platform, has announced a collaboration with DWF Labs, a global digital asset market maker and Web3 investment firm, aiming to enhance Web3 innovation and provide community members with better investment opportunities. This partnership leverages DWF Labs' expertise in high frequency cryptocurrency trading and Web3 investments to expand Starship's reach in the Web3 ecosystem, offering its community access to a wider range of innovative projects and increasing its success potential in the dynamic digital landscape. Um, Algorand Foundation joins forces with UNDP for groundbreaking blockchain education initiative. UNDP and Algorand Foundation team up for Blockchain Academy to fight poverty and support sustainability. So Algorand is part of what we were just talking about with the UN teaching its staff about blockchain. Hackers' audacious demands shake Kyber Network. A hacker stole $50 million from Kyber Network and demanded full control, surprising the cryptocurrency world. Ripple's CTO responded with sarcasm, questioning the feasibility of the hacker's demands. The incident highlights ongoing security challenges in decentralized finance and raises concerns about the industry's future. The hacker wants complete control of the protocol, including governance infrastructure. The hacker's audacious proposal, which also includes promises to pay off the protocol's owners, double staff salaries, and make sweeping improvements, has raised eyebrows and sparked discussions about the future of DeFi security. This is very unusual, actually. In a public proposal, the hacker outlined their demands, which go beyond financial gain. They have insisted on gaining full authority over the Kyber network's governance infrastructure, known as Kyber DAO. Furthermore, the hackers demanded the handover of all company related documents and assets, both online and offline. In return, the hackers promised to pay off the protocol's owners at a fair valuation, double the salaries of staff members who choose to remain with Kyber Network, offer rebates to liquidity providers, and undertake a comprehensive overhaul of the protocol. So it's temporary full authority that they asked for over Kyber DAO. So temporary control of the DAO, complete executive control over the company, all of the assets. The hacker said the executives will be bought out at a fair valuation. And he said, you will be wished well in your future endeavors. You haven't done anything wrong. A small error was made, rounding in the wrong direction. It could have been made by anyone, simply bad luck. Employees under the new regime, your salary will be doubled. It is understandable that many current employees will want to leave regardless. The employees who don't want to stay will be given a 12-month severance with full benefits and assistance in finding a new career, no questions asked. Token holders and investors under this treaty, your tokens will no longer be worthless. Is this not sweet enough? I'll go further still. Under my management, Kyber will undergo a complete makeover. It will no longer be the 7th most popular DEX, but rather an entirely new cryptographic project. LPs, you will be gifted a rebate on your recent market-making activity. The rebate will be for 50% of the losses you have incurred. I know this is probably less than what you wanted. However, it is also more than you deserve. Okay. This is my best offer. This is my only offer. I require my demands to be met by December 10th. Otherwise, the treaty falls through. Additionally, should I be contacted by agents from any of the 206 sovereignties concerning the trades I placed on Kyber, the treaty falls through. In this case, rebates will total to exactly 0. Wow, that is... While the hacker's demands may seem unprecedented, the world of cryptocurrency and DeFi has witnessed previous high-profile hacks that led to negotiations between hackers and victims. One notable example is the Poly Network hack of 2021, where an exploiter returned more than $600 million of stolen in exchange for a bounty payment. These incidents have showcased the complex dynamics of cybersecurity, ransom negotiations, and the moral dilemmas faced by hackers. As the deadline for the hacker's proposal looms on December 10th, which is in 8 days now, the future of Kyber Network remains uncertain. The cryptocurrency community is closely monitoring developments, and the fate of the stolen funds hangs in the balance. Whether Kyber Network stakeholders will entertain the hacker's audacious demands or explore alternative avenues to recover the stolen assets remains to be seen. I don't think I've ever seen a hacker offer to take over the company and run it better than the people that currently run it, though. That's new. That's a bit different. Hi, Binance user 7A277 and Binance user EFC72. Hi, everybody. Just too many names. It's moving too fast for me to keep up. Well, there are 3.1 thousand of you guys on right now. I don't even know if I could catch everybody's message if you said anything. So let me go through here and check. Can somebody help? Where is he? So somebody asking for help. You guys can see it too, right? Okay, you're sharing boxes and things. They should be fine. Thanks for that. All right. Thanks for taking care of each other. Crypto crimes reach new high in November 2023 reports. Let's take a look. Crypto-related crimes hit a high in November 2023, causing $363 million in losses, highlighting the urgent need for better security. Exploits and flash loan attacks were the major culprits, with notable losses on platforms like Poloniex and KyberSwap. The crypto industry must step up security measures, as 2023's losses totaling $1.7 billion indicate a growing trend of attacks and vulnerabilities. $1.7 billion in a month? No, that's in a year. Okay, I was going to say that's a lot. $363 million in losses in November alone. That's quite a big chunk of that 1.7 billion. Americans cling to cash. 93% won't abandon in-person payments. That's the same percentage as Canada. That's interesting. Grayscale and BlackRock reportedly lead talks with SEC over the future of Bitcoin ETFs. Reportedly, according to it looks like the US SEC is organizing these meetings, so they're quite official. So we'll see what happens there. Imagine 2050, bridging borders for a global future. Imagine 2050 unites kids worldwide to share dreams and solve global issues transcending borders and languages. The organization collaborates with schools, visualizes kids' collective knowledge, and influences global agendas. It aims for a world where children's imagination and empathy lead to a brighter, more inclusive future. Interesting. Was founded on the belief that children possess a unique perspective on the future. Their innocence, creativity, and boundless imagination can pave the way for innovative solutions to the world's most pressing problems, unless we tell them what, like, the wrong problems to solve, and then it's just worthless, but that's a risk. Dedicated to achieving SDGs plus 10, emphasizing the importance of nurturing children who are not only aware of their connections with the world, but also considerate of others. By encouraging children's imagination and empathy, the organization strives to empower future generations to contribute to a more harmonious and equitable world. The ultimate goal is to create a world where every individual can live life to the fullest. Sounds like a lofty goal. Hopefully, they aren't using bad means to reach it. Things go well. The first no gas ordinals marketplace goes live on Internet Computer, ICP. The Bionic Ordinals marketplace has officially gone live on the Internet Computer. What sets the marketplace apart from the others on the market? Bionic is the first ordinal specific marketplace built on a Bitcoin layer 2. The ordinals marketplace is unique in that you can place an offer on any ordinal. Bids are automatically canceled if your wallet balance falls below the offer amount. Hence, there is no theft or market misconduct. Here's a step-by-step guide. So if you guys are interested in getting into that, go to cryptopolitan.com and you'll see this on page 2 in news. Circle firmly denies accusations of funding Hamas and Hezbollah. We talked about that. Crypto regulations still in play as U.S. lawmakers push for inclusion in year-end legislation. U.S. lawmakers want crypto rules in year-end bills, especially in the National Defense Authorization Act. The crypto industry is okay with the compromise, but worries about Senator Warren's burdensome bill. Advocates seek the Financial Technology Protection Act as crypto regulation remains uncertain. Okay. So it could pass through the defense bill. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson's approach to a spending measure has raised questions about the possibility of a larger omnibus bill that would allow for multiple measures to be added at year end. However, despite this uncertainty, it remains possible that specific crypto provisions could find their way into other legislative packages. One significant amendment currently under discussion involves a bipartisan effort by Senators Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming, Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, Roger Marshall from Kansas, and Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts, which involves 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, by the way. This amendment seeks to establish examination standards for financial institutions engaged in crypto activities. Additionally, it calls on the Treasury Department to provide recommendations to Congress concerning crypto mixers. Interesting. Senator Lummis talked about this at the Blockchain Association Policy Summit. There's a lot going on in this, and it's all in discussions right now. It doesn't look like there's much on paper that could pass for sure. Everything on paper right now is up in the air and being discussed, and it could change. So we'll see how that goes. Federal judge warns SEC attorneys of possible sanctions in crypto firm asset freeze case. A federal judge warns SEC lawyers of sanctions for possibly misleading the court in freezing a crypto firm's assets. Debtbox, accused of selling unregistered securities, had its temporary asset freeze lifted after proving no wrongdoing. The SEC's actions raise questions about cryptocurrency industry regulation and legal transparency. Wow, that's crazy. That whole situation there. Judge puts Celsius in a bind over Bitcoin mining transition. Celsius Network is facing a legal challenge as a U.S. bankruptcy judge suggests they may need a new vote from creditors for their planned shifts to Bitcoin mining. This suggestion comes amid concerns that the company's transition to Bitcoin mining significantly deviates from the original deal approved by creditors. The SEC's skepticism over Celsius's original crypto lending and staking business has influenced the company's decision to pivot to Bitcoin mining. They're trying to find something they can do legally that would allow them to make enough money to take off again, I guess. Grayscale reiterates belief in spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Not surprising. SBF's latest legal strategies, skipping post-trial motions. SBF, former FTX CEO, won't file post-trial motions after his fraud conviction, focusing on appeals instead. This decision follows his potential decades-long prison sentence for multiple fraud counts. Inside jail, SBF reportedly faced extortion attempts and struggled with the harsh prison environment. Yeah, we heard some stories about that already today. Aqua NFT Marketplace set to suspend its services, and another one bites the dust. Aqua, the gaming NFT marketplace, has officially closed its doors as announced by CEO Sean Ryan on LinkedIn. The decision, initially revealed the previous month, has now been confirmed by Ryan. In his post, Ryan acknowledged both successful and challenging aspects of Aqua's journey, highlighting that the Web3 gaming market did not scale to a mass market size within the expected time frame. I know that feeling very well. Despite Ryan's belief in the concept of gamers owning their gaming assets through NFTs, he admitted that the realization of this vision would take longer than anticipated. The former Facebook VP who launched Aqua in 2022 partnered with blockchain firms such as Immutable and Polygon Labs during the venture. Aqua's closure comes less than 2 years after its initiation as a player-focused NFT gaming startup. Ryan expressed the difficulty the company faced in raising funds within a broader crypto gaming market that exhibited slower than expected growth. And I feel for this guy because I'm outside of what I do with Cryptopolitan and you guys. I'm actually CEO of a gamified NFT marketplace, so I understand what this guy's going through. It's a rough market. That one hit close to home than most of the things I read, actually. Ronin integrates Binance Pay into its wallet amid Pixel's boom. Let's see. Ronin has announced the integration of Binance Pay into its wallet for seamless transactions. The integration of Binance Pay into the Ronin crypto wallet mobile app marks a significant stride in facilitating seamless fund transfers for users. Developers of the app announced this new feature, allowing users to import funds directly from their Binance exchange accounts. Beyond the convenience of fund transfers, this integration enables the automatic conversion of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum into Ronin ecosystem tokens, such as AXS and SLP from Axie Infinity. That's super practical. That's very convenient. 23andMe reveals the extent of the recent hack on its platform. Recently disclosed a data breach wherein hackers gained unauthorized access to approximately 14,000 customer accounts, constituting 0.1% of its extensive customer base. This incident, unveiled in early October, highlighted the exploitation of a technique known as credential stuffing, where hackers infiltrate an account by utilizing a known password potentially leaked from other breaches. So make sure you change your passwords regularly and never use the same password everywhere. That's a bad idea. Hashdex resubmits key Bitcoin ETF application amid market surge. Swell enhances cross-chain interoperability with Chainlink CCIP integration. Swell is integrating with Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, or CCIP, to enable secure and scalable cross-chain transfers of its liquid staking token, SWETH, across Arbitrum and Ethereum networks. This integration enhances Swell's platform security and functionality, leveraging Chainlink's proven track record in Web3 for robust cross-chain transactions and risk management, further advancing their collaboration in the DeFi space. Shell Protocol announces upcoming launch of Shell token. Interesting. Shell Protocol has announced the internal minting of its Shell token in mid-December, followed by a 3 to 4 week testing phase to ensure the stability of its token lock and DAO system. The public release of the Shell token is scheduled for mid-January 2024, with further details to be revealed during the secret holiday crafting event after the completion of an audit. Interesting. So that's moving. UK lawmakers advocate prudence in retail digital pound rollout. UK lawmakers via the Treasury Select Committee advocate a cautious approach towards introducing a retail digital pound, emphasizing potential risks like bank runs, privacy concerns, and the necessity for transparent decision-making processes. The committee recommends implementing initial limits on digital pound values, enacting strict privacy legislation, and demands substantial evidence of economic benefits before proceeding with implementation, stressing the importance of balancing technological innovation with economic stability. Makes sense. Atomical's market responds to security breach with user compensation. Atomical's market faced a significant security issue resulting in the loss of 33,000 Atom tokens due to an insecure signing method, leading to an urgent need for improved security measures. In response, the platform is compensating affected users via airdrops, has switched to a more secure signing method, and is planning to establish a security fund to cover future accidental asset losses. Learned their lesson the hard way, I guess. SEC, it could have been much worse. SEC faces legal hurdle in Kraken crypto exchange lawsuit. What is it? They're having some of the same issues they had with Coinbase. The lawsuit centers on the claim that Kraken's operations do not align with traditional securities exchange models. Okay. So the consequences of the SEC's stance are: the heart of the lawsuit lies in the accusation that Kraken functioned as an unregistered securities exchange. This assertion reflects a broader misunderstanding of cryptocurrency exchanges by the regulatory. Platforms like Kraken trade in digital assets that differ fundamentally from traditional stock market offerings. These assets often blend characteristics of utility and currency, challenging existing regulatory frameworks. The regulation body's approach suggests a gap in understanding the decentralized nature of cryptocurrencies. This misinterpretation risks misapplying laws and hints at an unintentional bias against digital assets. Such a stance inadvertently hinders technological advancement. The watchdog's rigorous regulatory methods raise concerns about technological neutrality. This concept advocates for uniform application of rules across all forms of technology. However, the watchdog's current trajectory neglects this neutrality. The SEC risks stifling innovation by forcing digital currencies into traditional regulatory models. Another potential outcome is regulatory arbitrage. This refers to crypto businesses migrating to jurisdictions with more accommodating regulations. Such a move could undermine the United States' position as a leader in technological innovation. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. David Schwartz marks 11 years at the helm of XRP Ledger. Ripple's CTO celebrates 11 years with the company. The XRP community, known as the XRP Army, responded positively to Schwartz's announcement, showing strong engagement and support for Ripple. Ripple executed substantial XRP transfers, including moving 800 million XRP back to escrow as part of its regular financial operations around the same time. Bitcoin lover Nayib Bukele steps down as El Salvador's president. What? In a surprising turn of events, Nayib Bukele, El Salvador's president and a fervent Bitcoin advocate, has stepped down from his position. Bukele, known for his bold move in recognizing Bitcoin as legal tender in the country, resigned on December 1st to focus on his 2024 re-election campaign. This decision, ratified by the country's legislative assembly, marks a significant shift in El Salvador's political landscape and the future of its pro-crypto policies. Bukele, who assumed office in June 2019, quickly garnered international attention for his efforts to reduce El Salvador's high homicide rate and his strong advocacy for cryptocurrency. They threw a lot of gang members in prison, and the crime rate dropped by like 90% or something like that. He also championed the ambitious project of building a volcano-powered Bitcoin city, a testament to his commitment to integrating cryptocurrency into the nation's economy. However, Bukele's tenure was not without controversy. Critics have pointed out instances of human rights violations in El Salvador's crackdown on gang activities. I'm not sure you can call it that, whatever. A report by the United Nations Human Rights Office in March highlighted concerns over mass detentions since 2022, where many were reportedly mistreated or died in custody. These allegations present a complex narrative of Bukele's presidency. Bukele's resignation ushers in Claudia Rodriguez de Guevara as the acting president, who is expected to serve until June 2024. The next general election is scheduled for February 2024, where Bukele aims to secure another term. His decision to step down early to focus on his re-election campaign is a strategic move, considering the changes in El Salvador's constitution. Before September 2021, presidents had to wait 10 years before running for re-election. However, a ruling by El Salvador's Supreme Court now allows for 2 consecutive presidential terms. Hector Silva, a candidate for the mayor's office of San Salvador, criticized the current state of democracy in El Salvador, pointing out that the presidency is now occupied by someone who was never elected. This statement reflects the growing concerns over democratic processes in the country. Bukele's re-election campaign is expected to be heavily influenced by his pro-crypto stance and the outcomes of his policies, including the Bitcoin City project. As El Salvador navigates through this transitional period, the international community and crypto enthusiasts will be closely watching how Bukele's absence and potential return might impact the country's future in digital currency adoption and governance. I'll be paying close attention personally on that. Very, very curious to see what happens. And I knew people that went to El Salvador before his election, and the amount of crime was absolutely insane. I would not want to have been born in El Salvador in the several decades before he became president. Basically, high chance of being murdered or kidnapped and forced into a gang or something was really high. Debtbox case takes a turn with judges' critique of SEC. We talked about this earlier. Let's see if this has anything extra. The SEC's lawsuit alleges that Debtbox misled investors by selling unregistered securities and raising about $50 million. Judge Shelby found serious discrepancies in the SEC's claims, particularly regarding Debtbox's supposed moves to Dubai. They didn't do their work really well then, I guess, before. Let's go take a look at CoinMarketCap and see where the prices are right now. I think a lot's happened in the last few days. Hi, Kashif Zun. I'm doing okay. Just a little tired. It's been a crazy week. I'm actually trying to raise funds for my own company and all this craziness that's going on with the crypto markets right now at the same time. The global crypto market cap is $1.46 trillion, a 1.13% increase over the last day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is $37.05 billion, which makes a 21.19% decrease. That's interesting. The total volume in DeFi is currently $4.52 billion, 12.20% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. The volume of all stable coins is now $33.07 billion, which is 89.26% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Bitcoin's dominance is currently 52.01%, a decrease of 0.05% over the day. That's interesting. Fear and Greed Index is at 72. It's not the lowest I've seen recently, definitely not the highest. The highest would be 77, the lowest would be 71, so a bit in between. Okay, Bitcoin is at $38,784.89, up 0.89, sorry, up 0.98% in the last 24 hours, so almost 1%, up 2.91% in the last 7 days, so almost 3%. Ethereum is at $2,101.83, up 1.09% in the last 24 hours, up 1.22% in the last 7 days. Let's go look at the biggest losers and winners real quick. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications when we do shows and other things on the channel. So biggest loser in the last 24 hours is only down 5.03%. That's BitGet token BGB. Also down 7.36% in the last 7 days. And then after that, Injective INJ is down 2.02% in the last 24 hours, or 1.98%. It just changed. It's at $17.99. BitGet token is at 50 cents 72, by the way. And then after that, everything is less than 2% or less than 1%. We have AVAX in third place at 1.73% down in the last 24 hours, but 4.66% up in the last 7 days at $21.90. Let's look at the biggest winners. This explains why we're in the greed. Ordinals, I believe, is linked to this. The Ordi is up 29.61% in the last 24 hours, up 30.47% in the last 7 days to $27.57. IOTA is at 28 cents 54, up 25.42% in the last 24 hours, up 57.33% in the last 7 days. TF from Celestia is up 21.27% in the last 24 hours, up 53.67% in the last 7 days to $8.51. We have Beam that's in the top 100 for the first time that I can remember, up 15.11% in the last 24 hours, up 32.82% in the last 7 days to 1 cent 142. Good on them for making it into the top 100 cryptocurrencies by market cap. That's always a big feat. I don't know much about them though, so I can't say it's safe or not. But plus, I'm not here for investment advice. I'm just giving the news on what's going on. Rune from Thorchain is up 13.23% in the last 24 hours, up 33.52% in the last 7 days to $7.15. And then everything else is up less than 10%. But those that are doing well are doing very well, and those that are doing badly aren't doing that badly. So it's definitely a greed rather than fear day. So BNB is at $226.87, down 0.75% in the last 24 hours, down 2.96% in the last 7 days. XRP is at 61 cents 38, up 0.94% in the last 24 hours, still down 0.87% in the last 7 days. Sol from Solana is at $62.12, up 3.20% in the last 24 hours, up 5.87% in the last 7 days. ADA from Cardano is at 38 cents 83, up 1.96% in the last 24 hours, down 1.36% in the last 7 days. Dogecoin is at 8 cents 42, up 1.38% in the last 24 hours, up 7.58% in the last 7 days. TRX from Tron is down 0.13% in the last 24 hours, down 3.39% in the last 7 days to 10 cents 29. Link from Chainlink is up 6.01% in the last 24 hours, up 6.97% in the last 7 days to $15.82. Ton from Toncoin is up 0.61% in the last 24 hours, up 2.94% in the last 7 days to $2.43. We talked about AVAX from Avalanche. Matic from Polygon is at 80 cents 04, up 2.56% in the last 24 hours, up 3.45% in the last 7 days. Dot from Polkadot is at $5.48, up 0.89% in the last 24 hours, up 2.27% in the last 7 days. LTC Litecoin's at $71.78, up 0.48% in the last 24 hours, up 0.37% in the last 7 days. SHIB is up 1.83% in the last 24 hours, up 1.49% in the last 7 days. Haya Alibant Taleb 1995 Hello, Binance user 4B813. Nice to have you with us. There are more of you on here that have watched the show today than people that have subscribed to the channel. So I know some of you aren't subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe to Cryptopolitan's Binance Live channel or YouTube channel or Twitter while you have the opportunity and you're thinking about it. Thanks for the cheering gift, Storage USDT buy. Hi, Binance user 7A277. Bitcoin Cash BCH is up 1.03% in the last 24 hours, down 0.59% in the last 7 days to $226.09. Unisat Leo is up 0.44% in the last 24 hours, up 0.33% in the last 7 days to $3.98. And I'm used to Unisat Leo being 21, so I never read their price, and now they're 20th. So they went up. Congrats. They went up 1 slot in market cap. They've been at 21st place for months, from what I can remember. So that's the end of the content for today. Thank you for joining. Thanks again for another cheering gift, Storage USDT buy. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave you guys with this information, and I'll see you Monday then for our next show, our next news show. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your Saturday and a great Sunday. Thank you very much. And yeah, enjoy the crypto world. It's moving really fast. There's a lot going on. Companies are closing down because they don't have the right finances. Find projects that are doing things that you like, that are doing things that you don't want to see go away, and do what you can to support them is kind of the thought I have today after going through all of this news. And you can always reach out to me at Philippolitan on Twitter. That should be possible. All right. Thank you guys very much. Like I said, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Bye. Hi, Noina Abdul Jalil. Nice to have you with us as well on YouTube. Thanks a lot. Feel free to subscribe, and thanks for joining. See you Monday. I'll be sure to watch the YouTube comments a bit more in the future. Thanks for jumping on.